National statistics show that students who live on campus and are involved in campus life are more successful. To encourage student success, UMKC is continuing its transformation into a residential campus. Next to the one-year-old Oak Place Apartments and near UMKC's future student union, the Herman and Dorothy Johnson Residence Hall opened its doors in August 2009. The $17 million hall is the first UMKC building named after African Americans and features beautiful views of Kansas City's Country Club Plaza and the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art. As enrollment increases, the LEED certified building will accommodate 328 students. By dividing residents into 8 41-person wings, students won't have to worry about becoming lost in the crowd. The hall also features a social lounge, kitchen, classroom, and music practice rooms. While UMKC looks ahead to an increasingly residential campus, UMKC remembers two people who helped make everything possible: Herman and Dorothy Johnson.
Humanity for them was so natural. They viewed everybody as a child of God. They didn't look at your color, they didn't look at your religion, they didn't look at your level of education, they didn't look at your bottom line. Everybody was equal in their eyesight.
They were always focused on helping people who were underserved in this community. African American, Latino, Asian, all ethnic groups.
You know, that was always something I thought was interesting about Herman and Dorothy. They took it for granted that although I was white and my wife was white, that they would trust us to say things to us, but expect us to do something about it. That was a gift to us. It's a gift to a lot of people.
In the Kansas City community, the Johnsons work with powerful business and civic leaders to end racism and discrimination. Serving on several boards and philanthropic organizations, they founded the Local Investment Commission, which works to help low-income families.
Link had a program to train people, primarily women, to make something of their enterprise as daycare providers and ultimately become licensed, ultimately become employers, ultimately become landlords. His success was in helping the whole community recognize the talents, the potential of the people around them. And that's a hard thing to do.
In addition to their philanthropic work, both Herman and Dorothy led successful careers.
Everybody knew him and his wife, and they just seemed to be the kind of people whose opinion tended to be sought after about any issue that came up in the city.
Herman served with the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II and lived in Washington, D.C. and Ohio before moving to Kansas City in the late 1950s. In Kansas City, he established himself as a successful businessman, owning an insurance agency and Lincoln Cemetery. He served twice as president for the Kansas City chapter of the National Association of Colored People and as a state representative from 1968 to 1972. As a Phi Beta Kappa journalism graduate of the University of Kansas, Dorothy later received a master's degree in social work from the same institution. She served as a journalist at the Kansas City Call, Public Relations Secretary for the Urban League, and Director of the Department of Health and Welfare of Jackson County. As a testament to the Johnsons' legacy of community service, the Herman and Dorothy Johnson Residence Hall will facilitate community service projects.
People volunteered to work, and when they did that, they did it with a feeling that this is a mission I'd like to be a part of.
There were people who believed in giving back. We are encouraging students who live in that residence hall to give back to the community. That's a part of the extracurricular activity that every student needs to be engaged in.
If you want a thriving community, you can't do it alone. You've got to work together, live together, grow together, and then you will thrive together.
You go to school, in my opinion, to get ready to send messages on ahead. And those messages you're sending on ahead are in the form of children and occasional good works. Herman and Dorothy represented that.
So the more we put into them this notion of service to the community and giving back, I think the better off this community will be.
Herman imparted a rich legacy of service to his fellow man by maintaining a leadership role in evolving equal rights and opportunities for all. He was the founder of what is now known as the Herman Johnson African American Scholarship Fund.
The Herman Johnson Scholarship helped me tremendously because it provided me with hope that I would succeed in the future, and it provided me with a education, which in these days, you know, is very precious, and you need an education to survive. So it helped me to stay focused on going to school, and I didn't have to work as much, which was a great benefit to me because I could be more active on campus.
Herman began his connection with UMKC with a belief that Kansas City needed its university to be strong, vibrant, and growing.
I think having a dorm named after two great African Americans is a statement that UMKC supports diversity and they welcome all different backgrounds.
Mom would have just thought the world of the buildings. I can tell you she would be blown away. They wouldn't know what to think about the love they already had for UMKC before that. They would be outdone.
It's difficult to adequately understand or address the importance of Herman and Dorothy in trying to help the community act as one.
Their interest was in making this a better community for everyone, seeing to it that no one was left out. So when I think about their legacy, I think about the person they left behind in Tara and what a strong person she is.
Their well-roundedness on never giving up on anybody is their best story. If I grow up to be half of what they were, I will truly be blessed. And so for the first residency hall to be named after anyone and find out that this is the first building on campus named after a minority, period, even in their death, they turn out to be the first in KC again.
Live together, grow together, thrive together.